Hello and welcome back to Solid Motion VFX. Today we'll be looking at how we can integrate a Survival Template Pro with Blaze AI. Now this is going to be a short tutorial, so we're not going to go into very detail of setting up the AI. I have a whole video list about that, so please check out the video in the description. But what we're going to look at today is consisting of two parts. First part is how can our Blaze AI detect our STP player and also deal damage to him. Once we have that set up, then we move on to part 2, how our STP player can use the built-in weapons which are provided by the template, such as an axe, bow, the rifle, knife. How can they actually deal damage to our Blaze AI? So that's how we will look at today. And we're going to keep it very short, so I already made the scripts ready for you, so you can basically just go look at them, implement them in your own project, or you can use them as they are. I'm using the standard scene, the showcase, which is provided as a scene inside the STP Template Pro. What I did is I added in an enemy AI, and I just went through the whole process of setting him up as a normal Blaze AI. What's important here is under the vision, ensure that your target, right now I just set the layer to everything, but you can set the layer to your enemy AIs. I'm not too familiar with this template, but when I press play, then it spawns in the player with all these modules. And that player has the layer of character, and it has the tag of player. So under the hostile tags, ensure you have player set and your layer set to character. You should be able to detect the STP player. Now, let's take a quick look, play the scene, move toward the bull. He's charging against me. And you see as he's also dealing damage to me while he's hitting me. So that's pretty cool. And there I die. And once I'm die, then he's gonna continue to his waypoints. As you see here, these 3 waypoints here I have here, these empties are all waypoints I have. Okay, first off, let's see on the attack itself. If you see my animator window here, I'm using only these animations here. And I only have one attack animation, and this one. So I double click that, then go into animation, and then go into events. And in here, if I play and pause, I just look at for where I want the hitbox to be enabled. It's just a box collider around here. Here we'll just add an event, which I already did. As you see by these 2 white indicators, the first one says enable hitbox and the other one says disable hitbox. And these enable and disable will be provided in my script, which is this one called hitbox toggle. And here you can see we are calling these 2 methods, enable hitbox and disable hitbox. Those are the 2 we are calling. Now, if we go look, enemy AI itself, he has an axe. On the axe, I ensured I added a box collider, set it to trigger. This is the one that will be on and off compared to when the animation event fires. When it enables it, then this script here, axe damage trigger, which is this one, you'll add this to your weapon. And here you can see we have some public values we can change. Here will be the actual damage value. We have an awake, we have on trigger stay and enter. Then of course you have the try hit collider. So all of these are the code for the axe damage trigger. If we go into the actual axe itself, as you see here, you can see right now we set the damage to 30. Let's try to bump that up to 100 and test the scene. We should die immediately. Yep, 1 hit and we are dead. And he continues on his waypoint. I also added in a script called simple shooter. So in this simple shooter you have again the exposed public variables and floats here you can use, and also have the line render on it. And here's the actual method you will call public void shoot if you want to use this on one of your weapons for a shooter. Right now I'm just using the L key to test it out, but you can of course modify it so it's suitable for your own project. The way it works is if we minimize this and go back to resume, you can see I created a fake gun here. If I press the L key, it should show a visible representation by a red line. There you see it's shooting, and on the console you can see it's also putting what it's gonna hit. If I stand in front of it and hit L, here I'm getting damage until I die. You see this? When I get in front of it, and there I die. Okay, and again, if you go into the shooter script here, you can see the damage was set to 10. Let's say if we set it to 50, we should take 2 hits and then die. So now we added 50 to the damage value. And with 2 hits, we should die, right? 1, 2, 3. The reason why it was on the 3rd time was actually because this STP player, and this was what's really annoying me, because I was using an int instead of a float. I saw the health value was actually a float value. So I went into the modules, and on the health module here, this component, I saw there was this energy manager. So this one you need to either disable or delete if you don't want him to refill his health. So just keep that in mind, that he will increment health. So that was basically part 1, how we can make sure that the Blaze AI can attack us. Now let's look at how we can deal damage to the Blaze AI. On this table, on the default scene here, you see we have a rifle, we have arrows, we have a bow, we have spears, we have a knife, we have an axe over here, and a torch. So all of these, if you go and look into these individually, on the assets, Polymine Games, Survival Template Pro, then samples, prefabs, then under wieldables, you have projectiles and you have these, the hunting axe and the knife. So on the hunting axe and the hunting knife, you can see they both use a component called basic swing. This is the one. And in this component basic swing, we will add in some code to modify the current script. That's the one we're going to look at now. So this is the one basic melee swing. In here, we add a serialized field, private float, for the actual damage we want to deal. We call it M damage blaze. Then we go down to the protected void on hit, this part here, and we will add this part here. So first I add a debug here, so we ensure what it is we are hitting. And then you can see what it is we are calling. We send message upwards, and we are using this method here, apply damage, which should be on your health component on your Blaze AI. So on the Blaze AI itself, we have this health component. If we go back and look at the health component, this is just the basic standard Blaze AI demo that comes. Here I just modified it a little bit, so I have a public int for max health and the current health. I have two bools, and what we say here is we're calling this method here, apply damage. It's gonna do the hit animations whenever it gets damage, and it's gonna take the amount here, which is an int, and then it's gonna retract that from our current health, and we're gonna debug it as well. And if the current health is below 0, then we're gonna kill the AI, and the current health will be set to 0. So, but again, this public method here, apply damage, this is what our basic melee here is looking for here. So that's the basic melee, and that's the same thing for the hunting knife and axe. If we go into projectiles, we have the sniper bullet, the stone spear, wooden arrow, wooden spear. Now the sniper bullet over in this inspector, it uses this one called parabolic projectile, and the stone spear, it uses a parabolic sticky projectile, because whenever you throw it, it can actually stick to your object. The wooden arrow, it uses the parabolic sticky as well, and the wooden spear, it uses the parabolic sticky as well. So 3 of these are using the sticky, and the other one is just using the parabolic, the standard one. And if we go in here, these two here, these are the parabolic scripts. The first one is the sticky projectile. The other one is just the normal projectile. If we check the sticky first, same thing as before. Add in this serialized field and int damage value, and then we go down to the on hit raycast on hit, and we add this little piece of code here. Whenever we hit a collider and it's not null, it's gonna send a message if that collider contains a component that runs this method here, apply damage. And the same thing with the other one, parabolic projectile. Here we'll add this one again, a private int damage, which is where you set your value again. And then you go down to the on hit method here, on fit function, raycast hit, and here you do the same thing again, apply damage. All of these are looking for the health component to be able to apply damage for this one. Those are basically all the scripts we have. These will be included in the description, and you can download them, of course, and use them. Or you can just look at this and then modify it as you want. So let's test out with, let's say, our sniper bullet first. In the sniper bullet, we took damage 100. Let's try that to 100, and to see if we can kill him with one shot first. And the way that this template works is that whenever you go over and grab any items, press E, you have this, and then let's just hit the pause. Then you go over to your hierarchy, and you can see under your player prefab that got spawned, this player default clone. Then on this component that's called module wieldable, you can squill that down, toggle that down, and then you can see which item he has, which is highlighted right now. And this is the Marlin, which is the weapon. And in that, you can go down and see, you can see all the components added to that. And again, this gun uses the sniper bullet, which right now we are set to 100. So let's see how well that's gonna be taken. Yep, he died right away. And we can also do one more test run with the same sniper where we set it to, let's say, 50. One shot and 2 shots. Killed. Perfect. So let's check out the stone spear. This spear here, and then pause it. If we go back here, let's look at our player. Scroll down, twirl down, and look for the wieldable. See which weapon he has. He has a stone spear right now. You can see it adds in a normal basic swing, and this is right now set to 30. So if we just poke him, it's gonna add 30. If we set that to 100, he will of course die on the first. He should die on the first hit, like that. Okay. What I meant is that when you just attack like this, it's gonna use the damage from the swing, from this basic swing. Alright, let's continue. Let's, for example, take the wooden spear here. And if we set that to 100, for example, he should be killed the first time. Let's take the wooden spear, this one. And if we throw that at the AI, and he died. Let's try 50. And he didn't die the first time. And if we pause to look at the AI's value, current health, yes, it took 50 because we're dealing 50 damage here. So that's perfect. Let's take a last look on the wooden arrow as well. It should have some arrows from the beginning. And look at the current health. See if we subtract 20. Yes, it did indeed. That's 60. So it loses 20 each time. Now, while we have the bow, let's go take a new weapon, maybe the knife. And let's look at his current health. So even my knife also deals damage to him. And the knife, if we go one back, the hunting knife, let's unlock the inspector. So the hunting knife is set to 20. So that's also true. This asset's a very locked environment. I couldn't find out how to actually expose or connect to any other namespace from within one of their own components. So if you encounter any of these weird issues where you can see some of the values exposed in your inspector, then I found out that going up to these 3 dots up in the corner, switch from normal to debug, then you will actually get a lot of your values exposed, just if you encounter any issues, because that has something with the editor there, how it draws the different Windows panels. So in case if it does that, I actually have another script called Save Default Inspector. This one, I will leave this in the description as well for you. With this one on, you don't have to think about switching from debug to normal. It should already have all the values exposed as long as they are within the same asset assembly. So that was a quick little tutorial how to integrate and use STP Survival Template Pro along with the Blaze AI. I hope you found this tutorial useful. Please leave a like and a comment, and I hope you subscribe for my channel to support me. See you in the next one. Bye.